So there's a meme from SNL that's really kind of been cracking me up as of late, and it's the Target lady, and it's her reaction in response to a variety of different schools and schooling options that are showing up. And so she makes a face that's like, ugh, and she does that in regards to going back to school. She makes that face in regards to doing a digital online Zoom school. She makes that face in regards to homeschool, because it can feel like there are no good options before us. And we as a people are stressed and anxious. And we as a people tend to be this place where we are worrying and worried about the future and what's to come for kids and for families and for society at large. And I think that's okay. I think we just need to own the fact that it's a stressful and anxious time. Juxtaposing that are the words of Jesus, where Jesus tells us not to worry, right? To not worry about the things before us, and that the birds don't worry and they're fine, and that who of you can add a day to your life of worry? And that's true. But I've also found that just not doing something is rarely sufficient. If I try not to do it, I still do it. And instead, what I have to do is replace the action that comes after I worry or am concerned or anxious. So instead of doing my normal gut reaction, I need to do something else. And it just is a reminder for me that the words of Christ are true to not worry. And the way I can not worry is to build something towards the future. We can't go back to the way things used to be, at least not now. If we'll ever be able to go back to all the way it used to be, we're gonna have to build some kind of new normal. And it's an invitation in this moment for you and me and all of us to work towards that. You know, to create the world that we want it to be, slowly and steadily, and not that we have to do all the things, but we have to do one or two, so that we don't worry, and instead we build the world as we want it to be. And that's what we're doing here as a church too, right? We're trying to figure out how things will look in the fall, and we don't have answers for any of that yet. We're talking about what things will be. And at the same time, we're also finding ways that we can still be consistent and regular. We're going to consistently and continue to do these videos, the Church Beyond the Building kinds of things. We're going to have digital bulletins that go out. We'll have Facebook and social media updates. We'll continue to have meaningful worship and places to gather, whether that's in a household or with a small group of people or live as we come and gather together. All of those are great and powerful options, because we're all feeling the same stresses and anxieties and worries before us. The challenge for us really in this moment is not to just respond to what's before us, but to really think about mission and purpose. The challenge is for us to internalize what it is that we do when we gather, because it's never about the room. And the question before you and me is to go, well, in light of our mission statement that everyone comes to know and is impacted by the love of Jesus Christ, by making disciples who make disciples, what does that look like for me, for my family, for my household, for those nearby me, for my community, for my neighbors, my friends? How are we people who make disciples and impact the world around us? And that could be some big, wild way, but I bet for most of us it's small, it's simple, and it's maintainable, because we're a couple months in and we've got a couple months to go. How are you and I grace and peace and truth to the world around us? How do we make disciples who make disciples? That's the question before us, friends, this day and this week. Have a good one. I'll see you later.